And if you think through, Gautam, and I urge everybody that is watching this podcast, close your eyes and think for just a moment what the worst case scenario looks like. Now imagine it 100 times worse, because we are not imagining the worst of the worst. It's the black swan, right? The very famous black swan. Our mind cannot predict the worst because human mind is limited. AI is not limited. The AI mind is not limited. What it's capable of, we cannot even imagine. So people come up with scenarios of how it's going to eventually just take over the financial markets. It'll be so complex. We won't even know what's happening. And then the stock market then the currency system will be done because we would have handed it to AI, right? Things like this. And I say, those are still in the human realm of imagination. I don't think we know what the worst case scenario of an AI dominant world is. So this is far more about survival and thriving of humanity than just about let's put guardrails here, or let's make sure the code is clean. I think that applied to internet. I don't think it applies to where we are today. With that said, how do we want to bring global leaders together? My biggest concern right now is that everyone wants to win the race, right? Anything I read, anything I hear, everybody wants to win the race. And, it's clear if it's US versus China. If China wins the race, US has openly said, we are dead. It's over. It's game over, because whoever wins the AI race, in some sense, becomes the political overlord of the world. And no one's saying it in those words, but that's what it is. Whoever wins the AI race becomes the overlord of the human race. Can America afford for it not to be them? Clearly, no. Can people sitting in China are saying the same thing? This is our chance. This is our one chance. For now, China, which has been extremely vocal about its 50-year plans, this is an opportunity for them. I'm sure there are other countries that are in this mix that are thinking the same thoughts, but not as aggressively as obviously America and China are. So how do we bring the world leaders together? It's going to have to be a coalition of some sort. It's again going to have to be having a, world conference where we invite countries where the leaders are equally stressed about the fact that AI from one country could take their infrastructure down, right? If I can shut down Europe's electricity for a day, if I can shut down your internet for a day, think of the impact. Just shutting down internet, think of the impact that does. So I know global leaders are involved. I hear them. Our goal with Waifo will be to have a World AI conference where, again, we're not inviting the researchers who are just telling us the painted pictures, but executors, policymakers, governance makers, cybersecurity experts that are talking about what is being done and what must be done. It's that checklist. Neil Daswani, who's been on my podcast, Misty Jones, who's the CEO of Stanford Tri-Valley Healthcare. I've had a couple of wonderful people on my podcast, and I keep asking them the same questions, which is, what do we do? Where is that checklist? And so one of the things I want to do is help create a checklist with those who are in the space, socialize it at that World AI conference, and get people to adopt and say, you know what? Just like the United Nations did at some point, we've forgotten why even the UN was created and what charters they signed. But I feel like we need that now for AI, where the countries agree to some kind of rules of AI execution.
Absolutely.